Welcome to the online English class. As usual, I am Mahmoud Hassan, lecturer in English, Rani Bhavani Government Women's College, Natur. Our today's learning outcome, the topic of our discussion is right form of verb. Especially we will focus tense marker or indicators. So by the end of the lesson, we will have learned about right form of verb, especially tense marker or indicators. Actually, we are discussing our class right form of verb, and this is going to be the final round, and this is going to be the final class regarding the right form of verb. As usual, rule by rule, we are discussing. This is about the first rule, tense marker. We use the following words in present indefinite tense or simple present tense: always, regularly, every day, daily, normally, generally, usually, occasionally, sometimes, often, rarely, frequently, nowadays, naturally, seldom, constantly, never, every a week, every year, once a year, on a week, at times, now and then. So all these words we normally use in present indefinite or simple present tense. And if we face all these words, we use simple present form. Here are two examples. We often fall a victim of circumstances. Often. We have often here, that is why it is a present, simple present tense. We often fall a victim of circumstances. I frequently or occasionally meet my friend. Frequently, occasionally, these are the indicators of simple present. So, I frequently or occasionally meet my friend. This is not all about simple present form. This is actually some indicators. In many ways we can express our simple present form. This is some of them. This is rule number 2. We use the following words in present continuous tense or present progressive tense: now, at this time, at this moment, at present, this week, this month, this year, still, look, hush. These words are actually used in present continuous tense. Here are some examples. It is 6 a.m. now. The sun is shining in the eastern sky. Now, this is telling about the action of present time. When we are telling about when the action is progressing, right at this moment. Look, the boys are playing football. I'm meeting my friend this month. Look, now, if we see all these words, we will use continuous form of tense. Already, just now, yet, ever, never, lately, recently, so far, by now. These are some markers or indicators of present perfect tense. If we face all these words, already, just now, yet, ever, never, lately, recently, so far, by now, we will use present perfect tense. Have you finished the work yet? I have already read the poem of Wordsworth. He has done the assignments by now. Yet, already, now, these are basically the indicators of present perfect tense. Rule number 4. We use the following words in present perfect continuous. Since or for, and the verb answers the questions how long. So, we'll get the words since or for. In the same times, the verb will answer the question of how long this action is being done or the action is progressing. He has been living at Natur for 3 years. It has been raining since 7 a.m. So we have for and since. In the same times, the verb indicates how long it has been going on. He has been living at Natur for 3 years. It has been raining since a.m. So both the indicators, since and for, will be available in the same times. The verb will say the answers how long. Rule number 5. We use the following words in past indefinite or simple past. Yesterday, ago, long since, last week, last month, last night, last year, once, as soon as. So these are the indicators or markers of simple past or past indefinite. Examples are given here. He moved to Dhaka a few months ago. I did not get any mail from you long since. Ago and long since, both are the indicators of past indefinite. So, if we face all these words, yesterday, ago, long since, last week, last month, last night, last year, once, as soon as, we will use simple present form of tense. In case of past progressive or past continuous tense, there are some indicators or markers. Here are some: at that time, at that moment, then. In case of two past events, the clause with when and while, we use past continuous or past progressive tense. So at that time, at that moment, then, these are some of the indicators of past continuous. In the same time, if two past events are simultaneously progressing, the clause with when and while will start with past continuous form. Examples will make you clear. Students were playing in the field then. Then is the indicators of past continuous. At that moment, I was working at my desk. While we were watching the news, the telephone rang. I think you have understood. Rule number 7. In case of two past events, we used past perfect tense, and that is, the structures are given here: past perfect tense plus before plus past indefinite. and past indefinite tense plus after plus past perfect tense. So before and after we normally used past perfect tense. Before and after we use past perfect tense. I reached the station after the train had left. After the train had left, we use past perfect after the indicator after. The doctor had come before the patient died. Actually, before it is used here, and we have used the doctor had come. This is the structure. We use past perfect tense before and after past perfect tense. Rule number 8, we use the following words in future indefinite tense: tomorrow, next, next day, next week, next month, next year, coming, ensuing, in the days or years to come. So these are some indicators or markers of future indefinite. He will come home tomorrow. We will finish our duty next month. Pardon, it's a mistake. Next, this will be next. We will finish our duty next month. He will come home tomorrow. So tomorrow, next day, next week, next month, next year, coming, ensuing, in the days or years to come. All these are the indicators or markers of future indefinite. And if we face all these words, we will use future indefinite tense. This is about rule number 9. In case of future perfect, we use the following words: by this time, by month, by year, next time, next month, next year, by next time, by next month, by next year. These are some indicators and markers of future perfect. If we face these words in a sentence, we can use future perfect tense. Next August, we will have done our work. By next year, Zafar and Zarin will have been married. So these were the indicators or markers of tense. Actually, all these markers are the indicators. It does not mean this is complete lesson of tense. This is about some indicators or markers. Apart from this discussion, we can face many sentences about different types of tense. And for watching, I would like to thank you very much, and watch on our next videos. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.